writing a speech on my grandmother, Pat Wilkinson. Pat Wilkinson is my mom's mother. She lives in Wolf Point, Montana, and has been there since 1955. Grandma came to Glendive, Montana from Aberdeen, South Dakota. As a teacher, she met my grandfather, Bruce Wilkinson, there while he was working for Halberton. They met and married and moved to Vida, Montana with the oil rigs. While in Vida, my aunt Tace was born, and soon after, my aunt Treese. In 1959, they moved to Wolf Point, where they purchased a farm. Grandma Pat then got a job teaching 3rd grade in Wolf Point. By this time, my Uncle Sean had came along, so my grandma was teaching school, raising 3 kids, and helping take care of the farm. Grandma Pat is an amazing person. She just has this amazing energy that's how she kept everything organized. By 1970, she had 5 kids, was teaching school, was helping raise pigs, sheep, chickens, and was head of several communities at the Catholic Church. My mother tells of Saturdays when Grandma made homemade bread. Grandma started at 7 a.m. and proceeded to make 10 loaves of bread, 2 dozen buns, 2 pans of caramel rolls. All was done and ready by 6 p.m., just in time for dinner and hee-haw. To this day, there is not a time that you arrive at her house and she doesn't have 3 or 4 loaves of bread, of banana bread, M&M Rice Krispie cookies, sugar cookies, and chocolate chip cookies. She will tell you she hates to bake, but there is never a shortage of baked goods. Her home is a wildlife sanctuary, and no hunter dares set foot on her place. Our fall trips to visit are usually filled with several trips down her road to send a hunter off with a small butt chewing. At 84 years old, she still wanders out no matter what the weather is to feed the animals. She throws out food for the pheasants, fills bird feeders, and puts water in a big bowl for the deer and birds. It's awesome to watch them all run in to feed after she has ventured inside the house. Grandma Pat is a caretaker of everyone. She has finally given up decorating at the old folks' home. She cut out large wooden scenes for all the holidays, Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. So when we go to visit, we would usually get to help take down one holiday and get set up for another. Always a family get together with all 3 sisters and their kids helping Grandma. Then in the spring, we would plant and water flowers. Grandma has finally given up donating, so now she just fixes hair for the old ladies. My mom always laughs because Grandma is about 10 years older than everyone she fixes hair for. Family is everything to Grandma. Her mother passed away when she was 14 years old, and she only had a brother who was 6 years older. So she didn't have much company growing up and hated a quiet house. She hasn't had to worry about that for the past 50 years. Grandma Pat raised 5 outgoing kids that love to laugh and gather together. Gatherings are usually centered around at least one meal and followed by lots of laughter and card games. When Grandma and I play cards, it's always fun because she thinks she wins all the time, or she asks for extra points and courage. If you ever heard of Catholic guilt, she is the queen of it. If you don't go to church, you're a bad Catholic. It's a warm, welcome place to be. My grandpa passed away in 2010, and we worried about Grandma being by herself in the country. I don't know why she hasn't slowed down a bit. She is the busiest lady in the country. As I get older, it's harder and harder to get to Wolf Point to see her. It's always something I look forward to. She loves her family and her home, and I am very lucky to have her in my life.